Hey, good evening, everyone. This is State Representative Brad Halbrook coming to you on a good Super Sunday evening, the eve of Valentine's Day. So thank you all for taking time out of your evening here late on Sunday night to be with us. I appreciate it. I appreciate your patience as we had to make a kind of a late afternoon scheduling change to accommodate. So again, I appreciate you taking time to come back and join us here at 8:30 tonight. Welcome to the Truth, Logic, and Common Sense Conservative Campfire Network, where we never stop adding affiliates to our network. And you can be a member too. Membership is easy. Just join us every time we go live and like our content, comments, and share it in and around your circle. That would be much appreciated. So as we get into this a little bit, I just want to kind of remind you of some websites to find us. The official side, you can go to rephalbrook.com. You can see the website and the email address there. The unofficial side, more the campaign-related content, bradhalbrook.com. And we are making an attempt to be on multiple platforms with the video and audio. You can find us, of course, here on the Facebook with the blue check mark. YouTube, you can find us on this new YouTube channel, and please subscribe to that. Just search Brad Halbrook. You would find us there. We've also added Rumble. That's a little different handle. That would just be Brad Halbrook 102. And then we've added Spotify most recently. And you can find us there, Brad Halbrook's podcast. So again, we're trying to be on whatever platform that suits you well. And we just want to kind of be easily accessible at wherever you are, whenever you are with our content of the day. Also want to remind you of some events we got going on: Pizza, Petitions, and Politics, Tuesday the 15th at Cowden. You can find that RSVP link at ShelbyCountyRepublicans.com. And then on my side, we will be in Taylorville at Florinda's on Tuesday the 16th. That's Wednesday. And in Pana at Pizza Man on Thursday the 17th. And then the other thing that I want to remind you of here real quickly is the election integrity seminar that we had scheduled for last week, I believe it was postponed due to the bad weather, the bad roads. We've actually got a new date set for that, May the 7th. Everything's the same, 9 a.m., Lake Shelbyville Visitor Center, and that is the place to go. Again, you can find that ShelbyCountyRepublicans.com/election. And as always, please drop comments in, and we can try to get to them. If not, we will follow up with you when the stream is over. With that said, tonight's guest is State Representative Toni McCombie from Savannah. She is in her third term in the General Assembly. It's the 71st District, which is in Rock Island, Carroll, Henry, and Whiteside counties. Representative McCombie was a former mayor of Savannah, and she has many other claims there, and I am just going to bring her onto the stream real quick. Toni, are you there?
I am. Boy, this is very fancy, Representative. Very fancy.
Well, thanks. We're trying really hard, and hopefully, like I said, maybe all the fanciness of the tech will kind of make up for some of the other differences, and maybe that some folks won't notice how bad it really is over here. So hopefully it is. So hey, thank you for joining us tonight. Just trying to bring in guests from across the state, kind of give us a sense what's going on in your neighborhood, so our folks over here can kind of see, and if you've got viewers joining from your area, they can kind of see what we're dealing with over here. Toni, tell us a little bit about yourself. Is there any fun fact that maybe we need to know about you before we get started into the conversation?
Oh, I'm sure there's a lot of fun facts, Brad, but I'm not necessarily sure your constituents want to hear them. Mine, I'll know all mine, but we should probably, though, give an update because this is, very newsworthy, right? This is Super Bowl Sunday, and we should just give an update since if anybody's watching us or not watching the game, so there's probably nobody watching us. I'm not sure. I can't tell that. But the Rams, 16-20 with the Cincinnati Bengals winning. And I'm wearing, I don't know if you can tell, Detroit Lions because that's my husband's favorite team. And Stafford is playing. So he's at work, so I'm silently rooting for them. So that's the score, 16-20, the Bengals.
Excellent.
Nobody cares.
I'm sure they're ball fans. I wasn't sure what to make. We're doing this right kind of in the middle or partway through the ball game. And I'm like, well, we'll see how many diehard fans you and I have, whether they want to. And I thought, well, maybe the game has just digress to a point that maybe nobody cares, or either everybody cares or nobody cares at this point in the evening. So I don't really know what to make of that. So yeah,
yeah,
good.
I'm guessing as confident as I would like to say that we are. I'm guessing the Super Bowl is going to take precedence tonight, at least for the commercials, if not for the football. But no, I do appreciate it. Like you said, I'm from a small community in Northwest Illinois. Some of your folks may know where Galena is. That's where I tell how, Galena or the Quad Cities, people know that. So Galena is just north of me and will be in my new district. I don't know if we're going to get into the legislative maps or not. And I'm a small river town that has transformed like a lot of our small communities in Illinois. We had a Savannah Army Depot that in its peak back during the war had 10,000 people there. My city had over 5,000 population now. I think we're lucky if we have 2,500. Small community, 16,000 people in Carroll County is my home county. And, have a beautiful main street right on the border of the Mississippi River, and old river town, an old railroad hub, and things have changed. Like I'm guessing a lot of your viewers' communities have over the years as well. So fun facts, I come from a family of half holes and others. Real brothers, half brothers, stepsisters, stepbrothers, just a real mess of a family. But no, it's really great. And if anybody, well, your people don't know, but mine certainly do. I love pickleball. And so that is what I did all day today. I did a little work in between, but I love pickleball. So I would say that is a fun fact.
Excellent. Yep. Pickleball is somewhat popular over. I'm sure it's the same deal. People have kind of different affinities for different sports. And so it is not a stranger to the neighborhood. There is some of that activity going on around in the district. So yeah, well, good stuff.
Yeah.
So anyhow, hey, just to kind of get started, we kind of titled tonight's event, "The Dam is Starting to Break." We saw the circuit court case out of Sangamon County. We talked about that last Sunday night on the stream with Jeannie Ives. We start to see across the nation, even blue states are peeling back their mask mandates. We heard the governor this week, he kind of doubled down on the school kids face masks, but then put into existence this executive order that talks about February 28th of removing the mask. Tony, what is all of this face masks, the school stuff? What's that look like over in your neighborhood? We're seeing a lot of schools over last weekend and then this week that are kind of changing their policy when it comes to the way they're masking kids and their employees and teachers. What's that looks like in your neighborhood?
It's complete total chaos, to be quite honest with you. So with the TRO, from my understanding, and I'm certainly not an attorney, this is a temporary restraining order. And even though your school may not be included, it certainly said in the order where I read it, and I had posted it on my page, that the schools that weren't involved in this name specifically would be able to govern themselves. So we've had my question, and I had a Facebook, I think a week ago when this all went down, but my question was, so who is that to govern? Is that the superintendent? Is that the school board? In my mind, it's the school board to make those decisions. And I know there has been quite a few emergency school board meetings, which has been helpful and has made things a little more clear. But it really ultimately, I feel really bad. I've talked to a lot of teachers. I have a lot of teacher friends. I have a lot of parents that their kids are still in school. One of the things that makes me really sad is that we have kindergartners, K through, third grade and even fourth grade, that this has become the norm, that this is what they're supposed to be doing. And they don't know any different. And I don't think that's right by any means. I've been one from day one, mitigate your own risk. If you have health issues, or if you feel the vaccine or the shot, whatever you want to call it, is good for you, then get it. I believe in the natural immunity. I mean, there's so many things, I just think the government shouldn't be demanding this. The thing is that's crazy to me is how do you go? And I think Biden just said it yesterday as well. How do you go and say, we're going to stop all indoor mandate or all indoor mask mandates, but we're not going to do that for our schools when the science is actually truly showing us that children are not risk factors. They're not getting as sick, regardless of their vaccination status or even their health. It's their age. I'm not saying that there's not cases and there's not instances for any age, any healthy person or non-healthy person. There's always that situation, but from day one, and I think you can agree with this, and I think also our Democrat colleagues across the aisle can say this as well. We as legislators were elected to be in this position, and we should have been given a voice and a vote on all of these things that are going on in our districts. And I've said from day one as well, I don't understand why Governor Pritzker doesn't want our involvement, because if all of this is legit, Brad, I'm more than willing to carry the water and explain it to my constituents to help keep them safe. And my constituents are more, I would hope, more open to trusting me with me providing them the science, the data, and compared to the governor. Even just last week before he made that announcement, we had a call with IDPH. As you know, the funny thing is they had the Dem caucus on one call and they had us on another call, which they've never done before. Right. And then when we actually ask questions for the data, they say, we'll have to circle back. Are you kidding me? You're 20 minutes from this phone call, you're going to go stand on a podium and have the governor announce that this is going on in our states and it's going to cause complete and total chaos. And you can't even answer the question about any sort of data. And that's the thing that's been extremely frustrating for my district, probably for your district across the state. And I don't care if it's the suburbs or if it's Chicago. The lack of consistency, the lack of data has made us question way more than we ever would have had they just provided it up front.
Right. I don't disagree with you one bit. And that's what I just concur that we've been asking for data all along. What are they making these decisions on? Who are they consulting with? Where is the data? On and on and on. And we just continue to get stonewalled. And it just must be kind of the way the administration operates. We had a appropriations committee call Wednesday afternoon, and myself and Representative McLaughlin was asking questions of IDES about different things, and they just didn't have anything for us. And that was the case a year ago in appropriations committee hearings. They didn't have anything for us. You continue to ask them. Even the Democrat chair of that committee made mention about how he had asked for things last year and didn't get anything. And he hated to ask, almost kind of, I think he said he was embarrassed to ask for it again. But he did, because we just continue. I mean, they're stonewalling people of their party also.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was one of the things I had reached out to some of my colleagues or our colleagues on the other side of the aisle. When I discovered that we were on two different calls, I'm like, hey, did you guys get any answers? Do you have anything that I can share? Right. And very disappointed because no, they didn't.
Wow. Yeah. So this just must be kind of the MO of the administration. And I'm not sure it leads. Yeah, I'm not sure it leads to good governing. Again, you've got a guy that issued another executive order this week, and here we are. We're heading into 24 months of this one-person control, and he just continues to hang on to the last threads of control that he has. I think we needed, like you said earlier, we needed to be debating these issues. We should have been in Springfield dealing with this head on. If it was worthy and this was needed to be discussed, we needed to be there talking about this matter and deciding whether this was good policy for the people of the state.
Well, right. And here's the other thing. And I know this gets talked about a lot, and we're probably having friendly folks listening to us right now, but here we are in Springfield. The Senate has to test to go into their chambers. We're all masked up. We have no mandates to be vaccinated, but everybody around us that, and anybody that works in Department of Corrections or state agencies, they're all mandated to be vaccinated. but we're not mandated, so
Right.
what is that all about? It's like there's just no lack of consistency. The hypocrisy is out of this world. And I don't understand, I'm not running for governor. I'm one of, I think you and I are the only two not running for governor in the state, Brad. But
Well, and we still have a couple of weeks left, so there's still a chance.
That's true. That's true. That's true. But why would you want to govern by yourself? That's not the point of the position.
Right.
And I just, it's amazing to me that the guy still supposedly has a high positivity rate, because I just do not see it. And I know we're in it and we're in different districts, but I hear from people from the suburbs, from Chicago, not like I do in my own district by any means, but they're unhappy too. And, all the things that they're doing with our kids, when it comes to everything going on with the masks, with the mandates, with curriculums, with now the repeal of parental notification. It is amazing how many Democrat or independents are going to be changing their mind, because what they're doing with our children, it's not political. I mean, these are moms and dads, and they're just upset.
Right. No doubt about it. Yeah. So moving on, we were supposed to be in Springfield every week since the 1st of January, all the days but one. The first Wednesday we were there on the first Wednesday. Everything else has been canceled, but it looks like, well, I guess they went back. No, we had a snowstorm and we didn't even get to go back for the budget speech. We were to go back for that, and they canceled that week because the snowstorm moved in and kept us away from that. But it looks like Tuesday we're to go back. Committee work still remotely, but we're to be in session. It looks like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday this week. What are you expecting, Representative? What are you seeing in your committees thus far? What's any hot issues coming in your area? Things that we need to know about or discuss here this evening?
Well, I believe we will go back. The Senate was back last week as initially scheduled. We were never scheduled to go back last week. I honestly, and I hate to say this, I think a lot of our cancel has been blamed on COVID and has used COVID as a reason, but I believe it's really because folks are having a hard time getting their petition signed for get on the ballot. And they're the ones who changed the dates of our primary. They're the ones who shortened the time for our petition gathering. So I hope it is a struggle. That it shouldn't be so easy for them to get on when they're making the rules. I think next week we will gavel in and gavel out to session every day very quickly. We'll have a few resolutions. Unfortunately, we'll have some death resolutions. We might see a couple bills at the end of the week that we actually vote on that maybe came over from the Senate that they pulled off from assignments or rules, and that were pushed through from committee. I think we will be very committee heavy virtually. So we'll all leave the Capitol, and people probably don't know, you and I and a few other legislators are kind of in an office suite, an office suite together, and we'll all sit in our offices and virtually sign in to committees, and the taxpayers will be on the hook for per diem and all of the extra things that it costs to have session. And we won't get much done. Now, I am on the Judicial Criminal Committee, and the things that come out of the committee should scare the crap out of a lot of people. Qualified immunity, the bad apple bill has come back. We have several bills that I hope we address with DCFS. I had proposed a bill for DCFS workers, the case workers that are walking up to homes, walking hot doors, walking to a hot situation. If they wanted, they could can conceal carry. I hope that we get that day in committee. I know it's kind of a big deal, and some watching might say, "Ooh, I don't want that. I don't want that." And I don't want to mandate it by any means. And if they do carry, they're going to have to be trained to the point of law enforcement as well. So it's a pretty big deal. There's several bills in there. We think we will have a omnibus bill still about criminal justice reform, which means more decriminalization of drugs, of crimes. They are doubling down on that. Even with the increase of crimes, they're doubling it down. And I just can't believe it. I mean, every day I get pop-ups on my phone, from the Tribune, 8-year-old shot, 10-year-old shot, a carjacking. So it's really amazing that that's still an initiative that they want to do that. But here we are. That's the case. I'm in education, and I think we'll see some good bills. I've already passed 2, helping with a couple of administrative mandates because COVID is a nightmare in the schools, and it's hard enough for teachers to teach today, pre-COVID. So this is just going to help them in administration do their things. But yeah, I'm a little terrified of what's going to be coming out of our judicial criminal committees. And I would say if you have an opportunity to watch those, please do so, because it is amazing what people say on the record and nobody has any idea.
Right, exactly. So yeah, let's just remind everyone, ilga.gov is the website. All things Illinois General Assembly is the place to go. And if you've not been to that website, that is the place to go. You can plug on the left side of the screen. You can plug in a bill number. It'll take you to the status page. It'll give you all the action that's happened with that bill. If it's in committee, you can click on that to see what the action is there in committee. And that's also the way to find where the live video is for these committee hearings and for the session. And there's a schedule. It's maybe a little bit cumbersome to navigate through for the first time, but that's also where you find a place to file witness slips. And we've seen a couple bills over the last couple of weeks, Tony, that have had a tremendous amount of action on witness slips. I assume that's probably, you've seen it in your office, the email come in, the calls. 4460 was one of them, the Vax registry and things like that. What are you hearing from your constituents on some of those bills?
I hope that they're sending these to the legislators that want these bills, because it's kind of like sometimes when we have lobbyists in Springfield, knowing how we feel about issues and then coming and lobbying us when they should be over on the other side of the Stratton building lobbying somebody else. Because we don't need, our minds are not going to change. And the opposition, the Democrats, they need to know that other people don't want this. And I often talk about, people say, well, my vote doesn't matter, my voice doesn't matter. And I strongly disagree. And I think I have my district on agreeing with me on that. And it really kind of started when only 2 people could be in a boat during COVID, or, you couldn't camp or you couldn't play outside. And I feel with us giving the governor's email, the governor's phone number, people constantly calling, changed those orders. So I strongly believe your voice matters. And I got to tell you, the few of us that there are in the House and then the Senate on the Republican side, we need that help. And, we're one voice for you, but we need your help. And a way to do that is to call the sponsor of the bill, is to call the governor when it's time to sign a bill and tell him not to, is to file the witness slips. And if nothing else, in some cases, like the repeal of parental notification, when you have thousands and thousands of people signing these things, at some point, the people of Illinois are going to stop putting people in office that are not listening to them.
Right.
And so I think it's extremely important. And I have a tutorial on my website. I do it quite a bit on my Facebook during this time when we're in Springfield. And I know you do too, because like you said, the first time to navigate ilga.gov and also the witness slips, it is quite a bit to try to figure that out.
Right. Yeah. We hear that. And we heard that a lot last year. People had gotten pretty good about filing witness slips, but then we see these bills, and I think it was a repeal of parental notification, over 50,000 opposition witness slips, and they steamrolled on ahead through with it. So people are saying, well, hey, did it really help? And I said, well, I don't think you want to back off. Just continue to file those opposition witness slips if you feel strongly about it. Because I think what we saw with the Vax Registry bill this spring already, and then the sharing of health information, I think the Vax Registry bill was something over 35,000 witness slips. Both those bills got put into subcommittee. Now, I think we may know that they may emerge as an amendment later on this season, right, under different cover. But at least in the short term, I think the witness slips that were filed in opposition are being noticed, and those bills are going into subcommittee.
Yeah, and one of those, and I can't think of which one it is, Representative Morgan out of Chicago, he did contact me, and people may not believe this or not, but we do have conversations with folks across the aisle, and he stated he was not going to call that bill.
Right.
He sent it to me in a text format. I believed him. I put it on my page. I still believe him. I have the mentality of you trust until you can't trust. And so far, so good. And I think sometimes, and I've done it myself, not anything like that kind of a bill, but you file a bill thinking it's what people want without really thinking about what it means.
Right.
One of my first bills, and it's way off topic, but it was a fish bill. And boy, you talk about the fishermen on the Rock River going crazy with input. And I was like, I had no idea. So you think you're doing a good thing, and then you realize, oh, no, that's not a good thing at all.
Right.
So.
Yeah, you can find out pretty fast. I had a couple bills early in my career and that I thought were well-meaning, well-intentioned, and it didn't take long to make the phone ring and the emails come in. You find out really pretty quick where folks are, what they're thinking about some of those issues, and that's fine. So, we figure out how to navigate through that and move forward. So, yeah, no doubt about it.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. Should we give a real quick Super Bowl update?
Yeah, go right ahead. We want to close this down here in the next couple of minutes. So, yeah, let's get an update.
All right. It's only 48 seconds left, Brad, and it's 23 Rams, 20 the Bengals. So somebody said they're probably not watching now because it's probably getting really good right now. But they said go Orange, but looks like Orange is not going to make it.
Yeah, tough night. Hey, any closing comments, thoughts, questions, concerns that you might have, Tony, before we close this out here in a minute or two?
Oh, we don't have enough time for all that. But one of the things, I'm going to kind of put you on the spot, Brad, and I know this isn't my show, but one of the things that I find out that when we're in office, a lot of people don't really know who we are. We're just legislators. We're not real people. So I'm going to give you a little speed question, if you don't mind, just so your constituents can know, who is Brad really? All right. Okay. I'm just going to ask you a couple, and I'm going to ask them fast. All right.
Okay. I'll try to keep up.
All right. Hot dogs or hamburgers?
Hamburgers.
College or professional sports?
None of the above. More college.
Okay. So this one might not work real well. Cubs or Cardinals?
That is a tough one. I'm for whoever is the Illinois team that's in the World Series. How's that sound?
That works. All right. And then concerning COVID today.
Right.
Science? Or is it political science?
Yeah, I think political science is driving the direction. And I think you and I touched about this before we went live is, back in the very beginning, the first few weeks or maybe the first couple of months, we thought there was a tremendous amount of science. We know the virus is real, right? We know it's a real thing. But, we continue to see that first spring and throughout the summer that the goalposts started to move. All the narrative began to change. And of course, here we are 24 months later. People have to make their own mind up about that.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. And one final question. Yeah. Republicans or Democrats?
Republicans.
There you go. See?
Yeah, all good. Hey, thank you for taking time out of your evening. I appreciate everybody that's joined us here. I know it was in the closing moments of the Super Bowl, but we just hopefully people will go back and review and take advantage of our commentary here this evening. With that, let's say goodnight. And I am trying to find my outroll video here so we can say goodnight. Tony, thank you for joining us. We'll see you in Springfield on Tuesday. Have a good evening, everyone.
Thank you.